clips. Let me see if that is coming up and if people are seeing it because they're very interesting. Let me see something here. Alright, so here we go. Alright, so people are seeing me. They are hearing me clearly. Alright, awesome. Thank you to the 4 people that hit the like button already. Please like and share the video, ladies and gentlemen. Like and share the video. Let the people know that we are here. Alright, my people. Let me change this. I'm not going to be long. I'm going to try to be as short as possible and as cogent as possible based on my own understanding of what I'm hearing. So, again, make sure that you guys go and subscribe to Port and Spice TV, ladies and gentlemen. His shift has changed in terms of his time on the radio. I hear he's gonna do 1 hour, but we're gonna hear all of that. I hear he's gonna do 1 hour on Sunday, and another day in the week he's gonna do 1 hour or half an hour or something like that. So things have definitely changed. But thank God for Portland Spice TV because the voice of Ralston Hyman needs to be heard. It's super important for me and other well-thinking Jamaicans to have an unbiased economic analyst in this space. And we don't know what we have until we lose it, unfortunately. And I pray that God give that man strength and health. We're gonna need him. We're gonna need him, Jamaica. Karen, what's up? Good morning. Good afternoon. How are you doing? We're gonna need him. Alright, so remember again, like, share, and subscribe, ladies and gentlemen. Get this video up to at least 500 likes. 1,000 likes. 1,000 likes on Bolo VNR 2.0 and 500 likes on Bolo VNR clips. Alright? Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Alright, so let's go. Let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen.
Baby girl, Letitia Burke, a woman them where them are please, what permanent secretary and this. And then I pick myself on that book and tell like, take everybody through them. Who them are telling life for? No right like this. That's for me, you know something, you can't fool me. Alright. After my yeah.
Blessings. Yeah, man. Respect and time. Yeah, man. Ralston Hyman, morning.
Morning.
Walk on, my brother.
Yeah, man. There, man.
Well, we listen Friday morning, final morning on Power 106. Before we go further, tell the people where you are going to be.
Well, we'll be on RJRFM 94, but they have significantly cut the program, so we'll be on between the hours of 12:30 and 1 p.m. during the week, and we'll be on a Sunday, 12:30 p.m. to 1:30 p.m. on a Sunday.
So you'll be on 1 hour every Sunday?
Yeah.
What the time?
So when you hear that, ladies and gentlemen, let me play that back. Very important for those who listen to radio. Listen to what the times them where Ralston Hyman have on.
Significantly cut the program, so we'll be on between the hours of 12:30 and 1 p.m. during the week, and we'll be on a Sunday, 12:30 p.m. to 1:30 p.m. on a Sunday. We're on between the hours of 12:30 and 1 p.m. during the week, and we'll be on a Sunday, 12:30 p.m. to 1:30 p.m. on a Sunday.
So between 12:30 and 1 p.m., half an hour during the week, he'll be on, ladies and gentlemen. Alright? Half an hour every single day. Half an hour. Program cut significantly.
We'll be on between the hours of...
I tell the people where you are going to be.
Well, we'll be on RJRFM 94, but they have significantly cut the program, so we'll be on between the hours of 12:30 and 1 p.m. during the week, and we'll be on a Sunday, 12:30 p.m. to 1:30 p.m. on a Sunday.
So you'll be on 1 hour
FM, 12:30 to 1 p.m. If you don't want the program to to expand, you guys need to support the program. Support the knowledge that you're being given, the honesty about the economy, the truth that they hide from us. Support Rastanheiman by supporting the program, ladies and gentlemen. So when you get on the radio app, feel me I deal with, and make sure it's between 12:30 and 1 p.m. every single day in the week. On to tune into Rastanheiman on RGR. Alright? This is not me promoting RGR, this is me promoting Rastanheiman. You understand me I deal with? Because I respect what the man is doing for us in imparting the knowledge that we need and the understanding where the economy is concerned. I don't purport to understand everything, but when he explains it and I do a little research, I understand a little bit more. And that's one of the reasons why I come over here and I replay it, go over it, and share that somebody listening to me, if they never understand something, or them did miss something, listen it over back again and detailing it out and repeating it. It's soaking. It's called repetitiveness. Is part of learning, ladies and gentlemen. So let's get into the meat and potatoes.
Sunday.
Yeah.
For the time them considerably cut. Well,
Yeah, man.
well, it's one thing you know that you have a home here.
Yeah, man.
So, Raleigh, just before we go into the budget or anything like that, just give us a rundown on the week that was.
Well, the week that was what we saw the BOJ mopping up some 29 billion in liquidity. The money change has pumped in 33 billion, although the BOJ wanted only 29 billion. We also saw the government floating another instrument at 12.25% per annum. They are seeking another 3 billion to help fund this year's budget, right? So those were the measures that we saw the presentation from the Minister of Finance, which never make any sense. And we saw Julian Robinson with a more brilliant presentation that made a lot more sense than what we got from the Minister of Finance.
Very well.
And we internationally, we saw the price of oil blowing up over $100 per barrel, and the Iranians have kept the Straits of Hormuz closed, which 20 million barrels of oil passes through there on a daily basis. So the international economy in turmoil, and the Minister of Finance here keeping the Jamaican economy in turmoil. So that's what we have.
That's the week that was.
Yeah.
On the map of 20 how much billion?
$29 billion, yep. And money changers pumped in $33 billion.
$29 billion. So, still no plan to change from interest rate investment.
Correct. The minister and the BOJ going in the same direction, pushing the economy in a deeper recession. So creating our own recession in Jamaica, and then there is the international problem.
External recession, yeah.
Wow.
Remember the same thing, what I think we want people know. The reason that we have to be carrying out this 13 years of austerity is because the party which formed the government in 2008 misread. They had the same attitude during the Great Recession. We're on the brink of another Great Recession now, and they're behaving the same way. They haven't learned anything. So that is why we have to be carrying out all those adjustments for the last 13 years, because of their mistake. And they are making the same mistake again.
So they've never learned nothing from the last time?
Never learned nothing, they're done.
Jamaica, when you hear that? When you hear that? The same mistakes that the JLP made in 2008 is the same mistake they're making now with the economy. They have not learned anything, them dunce. And I disagree with Rastanheiman. I don't believe that they're dunce. I believe that they're wicked. I believe that they understand exactly what they're doing in Jamaica. That's my take. I believe they're purposefully trying to destroy our economy and carry us to our knees where we go back right to slavery. That's my opinion. Because the definition of madness is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting to get a different result. Especially when you have well-thinking, intelligent people looking at you saying, here is a better way. And you refuse to take on those ideas when you yourself, as the captain of the ship per se, said you are the baby father of ideas. You're not afraid to take somebody's idea and implement it as long as it's the what you think is the best thing for Jamaica. Well, we know some of the thief idea. Well, thief the idea them from Julian Robinson and implement them immediately. That's what we are saying. Implement them immediately. Captain said, woe unto those that grow fat off the calamity of the poor. Amen. Chris, how you doing, darling? Herms, big up. Like and share the video, TikTok, YouTube, Bolo VNR Clips, Bolo VNR 2.0. Good day to everybody. Like and share this video. Alright, let's continue. Them dunce. Listen what the man say again about 2008.
Remember the same thing. What I think the one people know. The reason that we have to be carrying out this 13 years of austerity is because the party which formed the government in 2008 misread. They had the same attitude during the Great Recession. We're on the brink of another Great Recession now, and they're behaving the same way. They haven't learned anything. So that is why we have to be carrying out all those adjustments for the last 13 years, because of their mistake.
Mighty God.
Correct. The minister and the BOJ going in the same direction, pushing the economy in a deep. Yeah.
And they map up 20 much billion?
$29 billion, yeah. And money change has pumped in $33 billion.
$29 billion. So still no plan to change from interest rate investment.
Correct. The minister and the BOJ going in the same direction, pushing the economy in a deeper recession. So creating our own recession in Jamaica, and then there is the international problem.
Wow.
Remember the same thing. What I think the one people know. The reason that we have to be carrying out this 13 years of austerity is because the party which formed the government in 2008 misread. They had the same attitude during the Great Recession. We're on the brink of another Great Recession now, and they're behaving the same way. They haven't learned anything. So that is why we have to be carrying out all those adjustments for the last 13 years, because of their mistake. And they are making the same mistake again.
So they've never learned nothing from the last time?
Never learned nothing. Yeah, no, they've done.
Fully done.
I'll talk about the presentation a little while. Never call, I never just let the call.
Fully done, Jamaica. Want to hear that? The definition of madness is to do the same thing over and over again without same thing over and over again, intending to get a different result. So I don't agree with the rally that they're fully done. I think they're fully wicked. New term, ladies and gentlemen, the Jamaica Lion Party administration is fully wicked. I believe they know exactly what they're doing. I believe that they're trying to carry. They are not working on behalf of we the people. They're working on behalf of somebody else. Donna, big up yourself. Ernest, big up yourself. Right? They are not working on behalf of us. All right? They are capitalistic. They are crony capitalists, right? And crony capitalists do not benefit the people of the country. Crony capitalists benefit their own pockets. See? So the decisions that they make as government is truly for them to prosper individually, not the collective of the Jamaican people. That's why $3 trillion is unaccounted for under this administration. Over $3 trillion, as a matter of fact. No receipts. According to the Auditor General report. Not my word. I have yet to hear any remedy or solution in terms of them, fixing that and showing receipts. I haven't heard it yet. So if it's there, please let me know. But as it stands right now, over $3 trillion is unaccounted for. They got the economy and they said 5 in 4 and in 5% in 4 years or whatever. And that was not a pipe dream, They got the economy so good from Mama P. They knew the potential that the economy had, but they failed to grow it, and I think they failed on purpose. Because if you look at their wealth and how it grew since 2016 to now, individuals, the Prime Minister included, it speaks for itself, ladies and gentlemen. It speaks for itself. Big up Ralston on that. Yeah. Yeah.
Morning caller. We have Ralston on the line, so the call must be for Ralston.
No, the call is for you, mate.
No. What?
But based on some said, there was there was I wasn't allowed to the commandment. You know what your program.
All right, cool.
For the equality, man. So we respect, man. This.
So one brother call, I'm glad saying call, because I said the same thing on my live stream. He was saying that Colin Bell never open up in program to celebrate the women them on International Women's Day. Listen what Rasta man said. And I said a similar thing, and I agree with him 100%. Listen, this is the real agenda.
To the ladies.
Yeah,
Yeah, but what I think is that
because I'm a bit disappointed myself too. You didn't give it to people at least how your program to express themselves.
All right. Well, we can fix up a Sunday for that.
All right, take care, man.
All right. Yeah, Raleigh.
Yeah, what I say, yo, Jamaica man and woman with equality, you know. So we respect woman. This Western thing where man come and make it look like say rare. We don't support them thing there.
No.
Jamaica man and woman, I respect man and woman as partners.
And we can't live without them like how them can't
We can't live without woman.
Yeah.
So this kind of Western. Yeah, man. So this kind of Western thing, when I try to create a division between man and woman, we don't depend on that. Yeah.
All right.
Man and woman is a team, and that's how the world make up.
We have to exist together. Raleigh.
Yeah, we respect the team. Yeah.
So, what Rasta man is saying is what I've been saying. That's why I don't celebrate these things, because it's a way to divide the male and the female about Women's Day. Right? And uno don't see it, some only ignorant. Some of them might have vexed with me right now, but me no business, me love you the same way. Una go see it one day. This is an agenda to separate. How you doing, Nadine? It's an agenda to separate the further separation of the male and female species. Why them never have an International Women's Day where you celebrate the family, man, woman, and child, which is the greatest fruit that can be bared, the divine fruit that can be bared from a woman and a man coming together. Why them never do that? Why them separate and say just woman alone, International Women's Day? It's a way to divide us, ladies and gentlemen. It's a Western model to divide us. The man is absolutely right. And I've never felt fall for it. Never. And I going to continue to burn the fire where that is concerned. Yeah, man. We have to shoot. We have to correct. We teach with love. But sometimes we have to lay down the hammer of love. We need to move away from these things and stop falling for the banana in the tailpipe. It has not served us, ladies and gentlemen, but I digress. Moving on, we're here to talk about economics. Zane, let's continue.
So, Fearball came, and you said to us Wednesday that, or Tuesday even, I think, that it was a counting exercise.
Yeah, man.
And I concur. When we listen to Julian Robinson, what kind of exercise was this?
It's an exercise that is more designed to stimulate the economy, because as we have been telling you, nowhere in the world, every economist, no matter which school you come from, whether you're Keynesian, whether you're neoclassical, whether you're neoliberal, you know, say you can't tax the people and after a disaster, you can't tax the people and after a recession, because all you're going to do is make the recession deeper. Put it in a simple term, it's like you come out of a hole. You expect a man to throw you a rope. You don't expect him to throw 200 pounds on your head and push you down back in the hole. Simple as that.
Hey, what an analogy. The Jamaica Labour Party is showing pounds and pounds of weight on people that is 21 foot deep underground. And a business if they can manage the weight to climb up. They didn't consider them. This uncaring, wicked government will come put additional taxes on us. That is exactly what they have done. And not only is what they are doing directly affecting us, the indirect effect of the Iran war only further exacerbate the situation, you know. And we don't know when that will finish. That is a uncertainty, a critical uncertainty on when the Iran war and the US war is going to finish. This is not even about who start what it already happened already. How is it going to affect Jamaica? How is it going to affect us? The man then chew 2,000 tons of cement while we are trying to climb up out a hole to blows and skirt. The people on the eastern side of the island are trying to help the people on the western side of the island, and even people in the east will get affected. And the government decides, say, let me make their efforts further impossible by implementing new taxes. And not only new taxes, but new taxes on the things that we, the same poor people, can afford and use the most. And then try to spin it that they actually care about our health. Why want to know lock down all our fast food places in Jamaica if we don't care about people's health? Lock down everything. Don't let me start name. Once a fast food place, lock it down. If you really care about the people them health, not going to do it. Money, 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 money. That's all it's about, ladies and gentlemen. They have no care for the people. Let's continue.
So what Julian is saying, in economic terms, technical terms, you are pursue cyclical policies. In other words, you are going in the same direction. You're in a recession and you are pushing people out of the recession. What we need is a stimulus.
In other words,
What we need is a policy to stimulate the economy, particularly given the negative impact of Hurricane Melissa, and particularly given the negative impact of what is happening in the international economy. So it's a double whammy. So you need to push back, yeah? And that is why you need policies that are designed to push back. You can't tax the people at that time because you have put more weight on them. It's simple as that. The tax multiplier is a negative multiplier.
but Raleigh, Dr. Stokes, and before I want to go to editor, because you talk about more pressure on the people. So the $18 billion tax, fearing more pressure on the people. So the $18 billion tax package, and then a fear increase is coming. You spoke to Editor Newman yesterday morning. I'll just play what Editor Newman told Ralston that Darrell told him. Listen to this, people.
Crude oil prices are climbing. Gasoline prices are climbing. So if the minister does not give you the 16%, the public will have to pay more, right?
I'm telling that, I know it's the last week and some persons take it to that, that within a few days, they must be, they've committed a disgrace for a fair increase. You know, I'm going to have the last laugh, because I'm not going to laugh, because a serious thing, that every minute of the day, if you listen to the international news, the price of oil is maybe it's going to move towards over $100 by the end of the day.
No, $100 yesterday. Yeah.
Okay, $100 yesterday. Now, the fact is that the JGRA has come out, spoke about the whole thing, and we know that by next week, if things don't change in a downward trajectory, then the minister would have to advise the country that there's going to be an increase at the pumps. No, sorry, not at the pumps, sorry, an increase in terms of fares. I can't say anything beyond that. In addition to that, we have been holding strain for a 16% balance. And as I said before, that we're supposed to ask for an increase from last year. So it's a triple whopper on us, bigger than Burma, that we have to get something by next week. And I don't want to say this and people start to get jitty, but it's a fact. What is happening in the Middle East is going to affect us tremendously.
So what is the minister saying about that? What is the minister saying about that?
The minister on Wednesday, when I put it to him, when a member put it to him, he said that we will get the 16% within the next 4 weeks.
Next 4 weeks.
Matt, Raleigh?
Yeah, man.
The 16% within the next 4 weeks, what will that do to the people that we are trying to come out of the hole?
The matter suffer some more and go further in the world because they have to take transportation every day. So if they have to take transportation every day, and the light bill will go up, and the water bill will go up, and the food bill will go up, they have to do without some of the things like because they have to take the transportation for their work, so they have to buy less food. That doesn't do what they have to do because they can't do about the light and the water, so it comes back to the food.
Simple as that. Taxi fare are raising in Jamaica. So all I want to have to travel to work. Mighty God. All I want to have to travel to work. Once fuel prices go up, you know, say electricity price gone up. So less food, you know. You're not able to buy, you know, to put in your house, you know. And you know, so if you have young children, my God, between the ages of 0 and 5, we have an appetite. It's gonna get really, really rough. It's gonna get really, really rough. So you have to go really, when you think about it, you have to pay your light bill because you want the light. The light bill with so many other things. Empress, greetings. Empress, if you come over Bolo VNR 2.0 and become a member of the platform, you know, right? And everybody else that is here, you're welcome to become a member of the platform as well on Bolo VNR 2.0. Right? There's 2 packages there, and there's a lot of VIP perks that I'm sure you're gonna enjoy. Emojis and stuff like that that they can use in the comment section. But that nobody else would have access to but you as a member. But that is the gist of it, ladies and gentlemen. It all boils down to Remember, you have to spend less money on food. Plus, the food is being taxed more. So, the less money that you're going to have to buy. We're going to dead for hungry. Bottom blurt not lying. We're going to dead for hungry. Majority of the people who are dead for hungry are going to further dead for hungry. Depending on what level you're at. That's why I say this government is wicked. It's not that them don't bright. Them wicked. Andrew Holness led administration is the wickedest government we ever see. Nobody else has ever done this. Right after a hurricane, them decide to tax the people them more. They are burying the people alive. Through taxation. You can't get wickeder than that. Them come like, let me tell you what they remind me, not Persia. What them name? With that fear, with that brother they name again, man. A Greece. One of the Greece ruler them. What name again? Come in a whole heap of movie. That's why them used to tax the people them hard in a them time there. That's why them used to have the what is now called the Olympic Games, where them used to make people fight them one another to the death. You guys, for the historian, them, you know me I talk about. Sometimes I forget these people, these historical figures' name, you know. But back in those times, them used to tax the poor. Them used to tax the poor to supplement them royal extravagance. Them used to overtax them, and to ensure that there wasn't what you call it now, a revolution from the people. They would use entertainment to quell them. And the same model is being used here in Jamaica. You guys are we are in the pressure cooker, and you guys are distracted by entertainment. Right? Distracted by entertainment on every different level. The gladiators, Yankee, big up. Roman Empire, Julius Caesar, big up one true emperor. Thank you very much. And that same reference I'm looking for. This government is acting like the Roman Empire. And I'm not exaggerating. People might say, oh, that's an exaggeration. No, you guys don't see it. They are bringing us right back to slavery, Jamaica. Think about it. You won't be able to afford food. And it's going to boil down to the point where you won't be able to pay your bills and your rent and your light and your water. And by that time, it will be too late and you'll be homeless. They are using the NHT fund to do what? To supplement the budget when it should be used to increase home ownership. Think about it, no man. Look at the direction of the man are going on. The man should be focusing on building more affordable homes for people to get. Poorer people that is contributing their money. They are, Joy Evans, big up. They are taking your money to supplement a failing budget that they have failed to grow. Because they have no more future assets to sell. Jamaica, we are in a bind. This is total economic mismanagement. This is the worst government. You know, I saw a labor right on YouTube. I don't know why them send me I recommend that video. I just put don't recommend. Gone all the way back to Finsack. You know, I said, mighty God. Finsack? Finsack. When we're talking about more recent history. So you want to be in Finsack for what's happening right now? You can't make this up, Jamaica. They are telling us that they don't believe in their government and their government is incompetent without telling us. Because if you have to go back to blame Finsack for what happened right now, when you have no legs to stand on with Beryl, Hurricane Melissa, the pandemic, why you don't have no legs to stand on? Because other countries went through those things and their economy is growing because of things they implemented. Like what Julian Robinson suggested with the data-driven plan that he had in terms of collecting the taxes more efficiently. And we're going to get into that. But it's time for you guys to wake up, man. It really is. It's getting kind of out of hand. You guys are sleeping. Any other country, me say the United States, are out in the street, right? As a matter of fact, people out in the street right now. Donald Trump under pressure because of this war. The people ever say, brother, you affect with life. When the business born up, what you talk about? With gas price gone up, with food gone up, some people need heat because they live in a cold. It's making our lives incredibly harder. And that the people ever talk about them bottom line. And you guys are here, you have some on the laboratory on the internet and I defend the government. And they are suffer and if you beg them one little money because you don't have links with them. They are suffering, man. And come on the internet, you know, and I and I praise them for own sufferation while the brother and the sister and the mother and the auntie and the uncle and the daddy and the grandfather and the pitney them are suffer too. Eh? What kind of nonsense is this? What kind of counterproductive? I mean, you guys are worse than Hitler, man. Eh? Committing suicide, economic suicide, and genocide for our own pitney on yourself in supporting this government with the madness where them are going with. Next year we're going to get the next hurricane and them are going to blame the hurricane for why them can't grow the economy. When they were getting plans right now to say, let us put ourselves in a better place so we can grow the economy. When they grow the economy, in case of a storm coming, the fact that they have a growth in the economy is going to take off some of the pressures of whatever the storm does. So you can rebound better. So say for instance the country is growing at 7% and a hurricane comes. It's going to be vastly different if the hurricane comes when we are growing at 1.1% or 1%. It's simple mathematics. So the focus needs to be growing the economy and expanding the people quality of life. And I see people that throw cold water upon this girl. I did a video last night on my YouTube. You guys definitely need to go check it out. If you haven't, go and watch the replay of my breakdown with the CVM TV host interviewing Julian Robinson. It was so shameful. You could see she painting a green. How they can push back at great ideas, but when the government come with basic ideas, them cheer it on. Totally exposed. And I'm not talking about her specifically, but she did expose herself in that video. From the jump. Let's continue. Upsetting, man. Only if you push one sword through food in the heart while the wife stand beside you, and the baby stand beside you. So now eliminating yourself and not eliminating on the bloodline all in the same motion by supporting this government and not calling them out and not bawling out. Big up Mr. Mark Stewart. The man say when this budget read him, I go move from Jamaica. That's what I say. And go somewhere else go live. Well, like and share the video for me, guys. On YouTube. Let's right up at the top here, so there's a thumbs up symbol. When I'm using this version, all you have to do is click at the top there where you see the thumbs up symbol, and you'll be able to hit the like button. Or you can double tap the screen like TikTok. Just double tap with the fingers like this, and that will help. If you're watching from your phone, that is. And that will help to hit the like button.
Yeah.
Rally, Julian spoke about a way to collect more taxes,
Listen to this.
not implement any new taxes.
Yes.
I told my listeners this morning that the whole issue of collecting more taxes from people who should be paying their taxes started back under Portia Simpson Miller, Peter Phillips, and Mark Holding.
And after Peter Phillips, the wage system that was put in place, yes.
And that was the basis on which this government have been collecting way more taxes than any other administration in the history of this country.
Precisely. And what happens is that, what happens why them in the problem that them, them started to collect more taxes based on the system that Phillips and Bush have put in. But them not grow the economy. The economy has stagnated for 10 years straight.
Exactly.
So all that bottom out now. So yeah.
So all they do was just collecting on what was left there. No improvement have not been done on what the GLP comes to 2016. And as well start saying bottom out now.
Yeah.
Because if you mark time one place, if you're a human being, you'll start go slow. Machine will start wear out. Everything will just run one way. Start wear parts start go. Human being, your joint steps start get weaker, so you start go slower.
Of course.
Correct.
So what?
And that's a great analogy. They continue to put strain on the economy, right? And no matter how, thank you to the 7 more people that hit the like button. No matter how resilient you are and how strong you are, if you're a strong man, right? And you're there at the gym, right? And you stand up one place and you have say one dumbbell, just the dumbbell alone will weigh 45 pounds. Don't ask me how I know that. So the dumbbell in a gym, on average weighs 45 pounds by itself. Zine, very weighty. And you hold that in your hand like this, stretch out like this. This is Jamaica holding on to the economy at the level where it's at. So you have it all out like this, right? And you don't take any rest, you don't take any break, you don't recoup your muscle them. Let me tell you something. That is going to fall, You're going to fall. The economy is going to fall. If you use that, even if you hold your phone out like this, and like this, if you hold your phone out like this for long, your hand start tremble. Because it reached the point where it cannot take any more of the pressure as light as the phone is. The economy, the muscle of this economy in terms of the discipline and prudence and whatever they're talking about, right? It's putting a strain on the muscle of the economy. And the Hurricane Melissa exposed how fragile the muscle was. So now, they need to recoup. You need to inject some protein in your muscle. You understand? Eat some good food. You have to rest too. Rest. Stop put the pressure, the weight upon the muscle. You understand? So when our next hurricane come, that will be like 1,000 ton a weight upon the muscle. The muscle get the muscle memory of growing and building where you can manage that and not drop on you and mash up your chest when you are bench pressing. For those who work out at the gym, that's a gym analogy of the economy. We can't just stay there and hold up this heavy weight so for 10, 15 years, brother. They're right on the border and not growing. It's too much. It was too much. I'm gonna tell you, God is the master. God is the king of all things. You understand? Lord of lords. God knew what he was doing and he allowed the Jamaica Labour Party to take this election. Because it's exposing them. It's exposing them. Merville, big up yourself. Doreen, big up yourself. Doreen said, we are here planning to sell and come home. What a disappointment in them time here. So Doreen, you wanna plan to sell your house also over so and come back to Jamaica? I will tell you this, stand at your yard. Not yard Jamaica, yard where you're there. Wait till the thing turn around here. Wait till the opportunity. Just go and prepare. Mickey, big up. Just go and prepare for real opportunities to grow the economy. Start when the People's National Party come into power. You understand? Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Just wait, man. Be prepared for what is to come. Philippa, big up. And for what is to come, be prepared. Big up Andre. Zane, I tell you, terrible virgin.
Justin. And Dr. Stokes rally, I don't know if you heard the interview. It was on Power yesterday morning.
Listen to brother.
Did you?
No.
More taxes,
Hold on, listen to this money.
right?
Without raising taxes.
Best to sit in
Hold on.
the BOG. The system of the electronic invoicing has worked very well in Mexico, moderately in other countries. It's absolutely worth taking a look at. The no bad visa is absolutely worth taking a look at. These are very useful ideas, the public transfers in terms of just from the point of view of how does one deploy one's capital. Is it best to sit in the BOG or should we use it to do something else? But so in and of themselves, they are useful. My comments on them are as follows.
Wait, hold on. Right, that's what I want us to go down to. So let's start with the electronic invoicing system. He is suggesting that it could generate $8.6 billion in additional revenue without raising taxes. Could this reduce the leakage in Jamaica?
Well, all indications from countries that it has been implemented is that there are varying degrees of success with it, and Mexico at 14%, I believe, and is one of is sort of the poster child for this sort of service. No, again, let us be clear. It's not a new tax, but it is collecting more taxes. Right? In other words, you're still taking money out of people's pocket for the government, whether it's a new tax or collecting more on what people should be collecting.
That brother are deceiving. He's deceiving the people.
Anyway, so the effect on the money that remains in the private sector at the individual level will essentially be quite similar in that they have to pay over more of what they have to the government, whether it's new or it's better collection.
Is that
I have to go back to Julian Robinson's speech, ladies and gentlemen. This man is deceptive. He's very deceptive. And let me tell you why. I said that. He made it seem as if the People's National Party is thinking about taking away more taxes from the people. That's not the case. That's not the case. It's a lie by omission. Let me say that. And I'm going to explain it because it's important. Let me see if it's this video. Transferring here.
Where some of the other areas that we intend to get some revenues from. And there are some targeted transfers from. Madam Speaker, the next second revenue initiative we are proposing is the establishment of a digital nomad program.
Listen to this.
And I'll explain what that is.
Thank you. Go ahead, sir.
That is a special legal permit allowing remote workers, freelancers, and entrepreneurs.
Sorry. This one.
Madam Speaker, I want to turn to what we would do differently. The government has looked at the revenue gap and has reached for the imposition of new taxes to fund the budget.
Right.
And the continued drawdown of the NHT, what 11.4 billion. We have looked at a similar gap, and we have determined an alternative way to fund the budget while balancing the lives of the Jamaican people.
Listen to this now. Listen carefully, Listen carefully.
Madam Speaker, we have always said that compliance can bring in more revenues than simply raising new taxes. And I am recommending the implementation of an electronic invoicing system for the tax administration of Jamaica. The first source of this revenue would be this electronic invoicing system, which we estimate would generate an additional 8.6 billion in tax revenues. And I will explain how I came to that figure. Currently, and what this electronic invoicing does. So currently, when businesses make sales, they're required to upload their transaction records for verification by TAJ.
Right.
The problem with the model is that the obligation to upload sits with the business, and there can be slippage.
You hear that?
Not necessarily.
The problem with the model is the obligation to give the right data about how much money you actually earn is left to the business. Pay attention, Jamaica. Listen, please. This is a part of class when you have your cock up and you cock your ears clean and listen to the context of what the man propose. Make sure say I write down your notes them. Listening up. Alright, play that back.
Madam Speaker, the first source of this revenue would be this electronic invoicing system, which we estimate would generate an additional 8.6 billion in tax revenues.
Right.
And I will explain how I came to that figure.
Yes.
Currently, and what this electronic invoicing does. So currently, when businesses make sales, they're required to upload their transaction records for verification by TAJ. The problem with the model is that the obligation to upload sits with the business, and there can be slippage. Not necessarily because businesses are deliberately evading the obligations, although that happens.
You hear that? Not necessarily that businesses are deliberately evading tax, although it happens. You remember when Andrew Wallace talked about gaps, Jamaica? When he had gaps in ODPEM? Well, what Mr. Julian Robinson and the People's National Party has recognized is gaps in tax collection. And he's recommending a system to plug the gaps in the tax collection. It means that this is taxes that the government should have gotten and have lost potentially trillions of dollars over the last 10 years collectively that they did not collect because of these gaps. Now we're in a tight situation, we're in a bind economically. We need some economic growth. We need some cushion, right, to rebuild. So he's suggesting that these tighter measures in making sure that he maximizes the collection of the taxes that we already should get. Where the man is saying at the thing is suggesting that somehow, excuse me, sorry, what the man suggests a while ago is that somehow these are some new taxes that wasn't already ours that they are trying to implement for people to collect. The man is a deceiver, ladies and gentlemen. Him have to be a labor right. Him have to be a labor right. I'm going to say that without fear or favor. Him have to be a labor right. We couldn't believe when we hear the man say it. But let's continue.
But because it is a system where the seller is responsible for submitting the records.
Exactly.
Transactions can go unrecorded.
Of course.
Uploads can be incomplete.
Yes.
And there can be a gap between what was earned and what was reported.
Thank you.
The electronic invoicing system changes that dynamic fundamentally.
Yes.
Rather than waiting for businesses to upload their records after the fact,
yes,
the transaction data is captured and transmitted immediately to TAJ automatically at the point of sale.
So when you go into a Chinaman store, when you go into a haberdashery, right, where most of the money make in Jamaica, in those areas, isn't it? Right? There will be an electronic system that as soon as you purchase something, the message go to TAJ say, this item, a Samsung phone for 25,000 or whatever money it costs, was just purchased. The tax is this, this, and this. And that's what we should expect from this particular sale. So it's a real-time login audit of all the money that the company or the entity, the business owes you in taxes. So they can't come tell us that them owe you 60 billion when 170 odd billion them owe you. Robbing you 100 odd billion of taxes. It's a more efficient way of collecting the taxes, ladies and gentlemen, that the government is already entitled to. Let's be clear. Let's be pellucid. Let's be cogent. Let's continue.
The government is no longer relying on voluntary compliance. The information flows directly and is matched automatically against what has been declared and remitted.
Exactly.
the scope for under collection shrinks considerably because the data is already there.
Yes.
Verified and auditable.
Right.
Without the business having to do anything beyond completing the sale.
Exactly.
We have looked at case studies in other parts of the world. In particular, the impact that electronic invoicing has had in Central and Latin America. In Mexico, where this has been implemented, declared revenues increased by 14% in the 3 years after the electronic invoicing system became mandatory. In Uruguay, VAT, which is the equivalent of our GCT, and corporate income tax collections rose by an estimated 3.7% when the system became compulsory. In Peru, taxable sales reported to the tax authority increased by 7% in the first year alone. Chile, which pioneered this model in Latin America, saw over 8 million electronic tax documents being processed monthly at the point of maturity, covering more than a quarter of all tax documents issued in the country.
Wow.
The pattern is consistent wherever this has been implemented. Better data means better compliance.
Yes.
And better compliance means more revenues from the same tax rates without asking anyone to pay more than what they owe.
That's right.
The experience in Chile and other countries that have followed a similar model demonstrates that the revenue gains from better compliance are achievable and that we in Jamaica have every reason to pursue this path. In the 26-27 fiscal year, the government is projecting GCT receipts of $318 billion and SCT, special consumption tax receipts, of $112 billion, a combined total of $430 billion in these indirect tax inflows. We are conservatively estimating that 2% of that total, and I'm saying conservative because I'm looking at the fiscal year 26-27, and accepting that you may have some growing pains with the implementation of the system. Although the case studies across the region point to much higher impact when it is implemented. So we're being conservative, that a 2% of the 430 would yield 8.6 billion. And that is money. This is not new taxes.
Jamaica, this is not new taxes. I don't want to go back to the budget to go look for it, but he mentioned an example of something that happened in the newspaper. There were multiple car companies that filed nil or did not file their right amount of taxes, and they took them to court and they found $4 billion. $4 billion instantly between the company them to pay back the government when them rob them. If they caught those car companies, can you imagine the potential of taxes that is being evaded in the country? What Mr. Julian Robinson is talking about is to actually catch people that don't pay their taxes, that actually are taxes that the government is supposed to get. Not to put more pressure on poor people to take more taxes from them, like say you them and pressure them. So this brother here now, we are chat in this video, it means a wicked. Listen to this.
The effect on this, the money that remains in the private sector at the individual level will essentially be quite similar in that they have to pay over more of what they have to the government. Whether it's new or it's better collection.
Is that Soral stack?
Yo, the man of germs. Yo, Rasta man did him wicked. I expose him. I make me learn something I never know about him. But Rasta man never did have to tell me nothing, you know. You see from me hear him say that. If you make it suggest say somehow these are those taxes where I go hurt the people and we're already paying taxes already. That is a lie. That is the impression his response gave. I'm gonna play it back in its fullity.
right? In other words, you're still taking money out of people's fucking.
Yeah.
It's not a new tax, but it is collecting more taxes, right? In other words, you're still taking money out of people's pocket for the government, whether it's a new.
You're still taking money out of people's pockets. No, the right way to frame that is we're taking the money where them are rob the government of the taxes where them supposed to pay. That is the reality of this. The efficiency, big up yourself, Marsha. The efficiency of the system that Mr. Julian Robinson is proposing is to make sure that these people don't escape paying the taxes that they're supposed to pay. Because if they keep escaping the taxes they're going to pay, the tax plan what the government have is to take more taxes from us that can't evade none. So the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. So the People's National Party is in essence defending the position of the poor so that we will not be pressured, and so we at some point can find room in our money because we already are paid with tax them, so we can grow. I am telling you, if we follow the Jamaica Labour Party model, we are going to end up homeless, not being able to pay our bills, right? And not being able to buy food. If we follow their model, that is what is going to happen in Jamaica. Look into it. Don't make them trick you. All Julian Robinson is saying is there are gaps in the tax collection. This is going to not it's not going to fix all the problem, but it's definitely going to narrow it down to a percentage of more efficiency. Because one, you would have to put in the legislation to make it mandatory that the system of data collection, electronic data collection, is in all these businesses. So as soon as somebody make a purchase, right on a computer and a database of the TAJ, the information come up. At the end of every day, they can look and say, well, today we made such and such amount in taxes. This is what we're supposed to collect. And it keeps adding on until whenever that collection is sent to them. But they already know what you owe them. It's not left to your responsibility to tell them that, you know, so I only owe you this. So you can cheat the government of taxes where you owe them. So it appears that this man wants to support individuals that cheat the government of taxes that they're owed. And that is why I'm so skeptical and trying to throw water on this plan of Julian Robinson. It's an absolute disgrace. Absolute disgrace, Jamaica. I will call it for what it is. Mighty God, let's continue.
Or collecting more on what people should be collecting.
Yeah, that so collecting more on what people should be collecting, suggesting that the government is pressuring the people where actually the businesses them. Ladies and gentlemen, let's be very frank. It is happening in these small stores. A whole heap of taxes them not declaring. Whole heap of taxes them not declaring Jamaica. If you were to do an audit, a proper audit, like when you see the auditor general run out, if you were to do a proper audit of all these businesses all around Jamaica, these especially them Chinese businesses, where most of the money are sent to foreign, the US dollar not staying here. If you were to do a proper auditing of those businesses, you know how much trillions of dollars we have lost that we have not collected over the years under the PNP and under the JLP. Both parties fail in this regard. We have an opportunity now, and it's recognized that there's this gap there that we need to fill because we need to be more efficient. Even the lady, Miss Lagarde, from the IMF that came down with her speech praising the People's National Party. That was one of her suggestions in the speech, you know, that the government needs to be more efficient in collecting taxes. She said it. As a matter of fact, me I find the complaint. Hold on.
Effect on the money that remains in the private sector at the individual level will essentially be quite similar in that they have to pay over more of what they have to the government, whether it's new or it is better collection.
Is that so, Ralston?
Yeah, but hold on. We wish when we were telling the people that years ago and up to now when the JNP was saying that they were new taxes, and we were telling the people that whether the taxes were old or they were new, they are taking more money out of the people's pocket. It would have been good if he had said that at that time too, because he was one of the major supporters of the government. Yeah? So when Nigel Clark was telling the people about no new taxes, and we were saying whether the taxes are old or new, it is a leakage out of the people's pocket in the economy. He never joined that conversation.
But you see, Raleigh, that is true, but that's the system that was set up, you know. That.
So this man this man only just here talk a while ago, doctor whatever I want him, Stokes or whatever, Strokes, I don't know. He was one of them that was defending the government when they were doing the same thing back in the day, and now Jamaica, the man is going against better tax collection because what? The PNP come up with the idea. And you know, Mr. Colin Bell said something. The PNP is brilliant. This plan with the tax collection was a part of their plan, but they did not release all of it in their manifesto. This was something that they held back. But because the catastrophic hurricane come and they want to help the people of Jamaica, although they never vote them in because they love the people and they are for the people, they are giving the government the idea. Run with it for the benefit of the people. Mighty God. Everything being raised since the liar came in. Government, 500 can't buy a party and a drink. Hey, me say, Marsha, me even bother talk. Me even bother talk. Candy Flames, what's up? Me even bother talk about that.
Who pay them tax?
Must pay. Ian's what's going on? Ian's big up.
In the economy. He never joined that conversation.
But you see, Raleigh, that is true, but that's the system that was set up, you know, that who pay them tax must pay it.
Yeah, man, we get that.
The extra tax, so it's more taxes. Julian, I suggest to them, say, collect more, collect the rest where you're not collect.
That
yes, from those who are
collect the rest that you're not collecting from those that are evading taxes, period. It's not about putting more pressure on them. It's about you owe me. Give me what you owe. You have gotten away with it before, but now we cannot afford for you to get away with it because we are in an economical crisis and we're trying to rebuild the country. So we have to be efficient in everything that we do. Period. Point blank.
People,
yeah, man,
tax.
Yeah, from those who are not paying. So the point I'm making. Yeah, so the point I'm making to you, the backhand support. So he supported it and then he come and say, by the way, you take more from the system. But that was what the JP was doing, and we were saying that all along, and he never joined that conversation. So this hypocrisy, that is what we're talking about. Yeah,
but it makes him look rather stupid, right?
He is stupid. Of course. He is stupid. He's compromised. He get exposed fully.
Point I'm making. That's the point I'm making. Yeah,
because
that's the point.
We don't want to call a man. We don't want to style nobody.
Whether the truth is just the truth, calendar. The truth is just the truth. And the truth shall set you free. Him style himself. Come out and speak credibly and truthfully. And nobody know how to style him. Because if a liar tell you, I just liar. You understand? We need to come out of this thing where, boy, you know, I understand the Colin Bella say, but a liar is a liar, brother, a thief is a thief. A grapist is a grapist. You understand what I deal with? Them show you the same thing over time, then prove themselves. Until they repent and change their status quo, them is what them is. Call a spade a spade.
But this is what the GLP have been doing. The system was set up by the PNP to collect more taxes. We collect the taxes were due. And then use it and say no new taxes. But you collect $1 billion more.
Yeah. Him never joined the conversation. Him supported them. Yeah. Hypocrisy.
That's what it is.
Yeah,
the only difference, it is not the same as the tax package. Because the only difference is with this, You have people who collect GCT and not.
Yeah, man.
No?
We're outside of the system and not pay over, man.
You have people that is collecting GCT and not paying it over. So imagine you work at one place and your boss are collect GCT from you as a worker and not paying the government the GCT. Cheating you and cheating the government and cheating the rest of Jamaica.
So these are people who have something to pay.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
It's not the poor people who are buying sugary drinks.
No.
It's not the man who pay more bus fare. The man who have tax not paying a bus fare.
Yeah, man. And those are things where I can say, I rate some of them man who parade and say them are economists. You get me? I said, and the little youth them in the media, give them a whole heap of airplay when them chat them all about foolishness because consistent over the last 10 years, what do I said to the man them said, whether the taxes new or old, we are taking money from the people. If they never support that argument, they support them all along.
Them try to tell me no, give me some back and pull story.
Him one part of it. We
have a caller. Go ahead, caller.
Okay. Good morning to everybody on the praise in his statement. Implemented successfully and declared is in agreement and he's polishing it using that kind of field from so from sure the new receipts up in the government you have those in who their taxes are there.
Very conservative.
We need to
come with it 7-0 and talk to them. We want them come tell me. Hold on, see the man here. Ralston a challenge. Nevio, you come for the challenge, right? We should have called you a long time.
No. What I come is to ask Ralston to explain to the listeners that the Minister of Finance announced that they will be lowering, I think it's like $20 billion from pension fund to come into the economy. And I want Ralston to break it down so the ordinary little man like me can understand what do that mean for the economy. And if any of it will go into the stock market, so forth. And I'm going to hang up and listen.
Thank you, Neville. Explain to him, teacher. Raleigh?
Dr. Strokes need to go away.
Right.
Big old hypocrite.
Don't go up here and your question. Raleigh, you hear me? Okay. For me. Showing some connection problem. 682 budget, the other one, some new, we just run some.
That's true. Well, I feel you have money starting at the man say, you're not rich. Don't matter.
Here, Bob, the thing trouble in the
them this and them.
Body for just start. Raleigh, I don't know
what into this
first fund that the government is now releasing up, allowing. Whenever you wanted, you Raleigh.
And that's my
man. First, what was Neville's question first?
Neville wanted you to explain the whole pension fund that the government is now releasing up, allowing pension companies to invest more in the general market.
All right, simple. The private pension fund is now $887 billion. Them already allow the money to invest 5% of the money in stocks, right? So what you say now, so I give them the permission to invest another 2.5%. That's 7.5%. Follow me?
Yeah.
Sorry? Yeah. So that's $21 billion, right? Now, the economy in a recession, basically.
Yeah.
So the companies, them, were listed on the stock exchange, really now make the money. So a man who manages a pension fund. Pension fund, you have to play it safe for the people and money. So if the government provide you with 12.25% per annum on an instrument, and the Bank of Jamaica provide you with 5.75% per annum on its CDs, most of the money, they put the money in a safe thing. They might put it on a government CD or put it with a government instrument. 21 billion. Bank of Jamaica CD was $29 billion last week. So the 21 billion shall talk about that one CD action. That not have no impact on the economy. That's foolishness.
So that's rubbish.
Yeah, man. One action that and that gone. God pension fund manager have to play it safe. Yep.
Yeah, because of people money where people expect when
they
one
money.
Action and the money they gone, Angela will go on. Big up yourself.
The age, them have money. So you can't.
Yeah, so that now have it.
Government bond, so government paper secure, BOJ.
Secure. BOJ security. Secure. So that the money might have pay more. So that the money might invest in it. No member of the MSME Alliance now get none of the money. No member of the Junior Stock Exchange now get none of the money. Yes. Follow me? If I'm gonna put money in a stock, it's probably CB or the same companies that would have found out. Yeah. That have no impact. Yeah. Julian thing now.
No impact.
What man say is that if you run a business. No. Julian thing now, what the man say if you run a business, it's mandatory say you have to have an electronic link with the tax administration Jamaica. So you can't go around the people as to how much revenues they collect because tax admin have to know how much you collect. So when the time comes you file a GCT return, you can't tell man say sales was 100 million or it was 150 million or 200 million.
Rally, let me say.
What is this? You see any company that has a problem with adhering to a mandatory system like this, let me just explain to you that company is probably stealing taxes, are not paying their full taxes. Any company, any business that does not want a more effective tax collection, it means that they are robbing the government and essentially they are robbing the people of Jamaica. Let us be clear. Because the said people and the same company want the government to do what? Fix the roads. Right? Make sure so them have access to what? All of these things what the government is supposed to do. Protect property through the policing. The police force and the soldier them. And who pay them? The taxes then get paid through. So if we are collecting taxes more efficiently, could it be that we could pay public servants like police and soldiers a better salary and demand a more efficient and also equip them with them body worn cameras and everything to demand more efficiency and professionalism? Could it be that we could do that? Could it be that we could have some decent roads and now mash up people tire, transmission, all type of something from the car? People have to pay for every week. Could it be? Would it make more sense, Jamaica, for us to have a better, more efficient collection of taxes that is already owed to the government? Yes, it would mean that there would be more taxes coming in, but it's money that was supposed to come in anyway. It's not more pressure being put on persons. So you don't have to come in with this new tax. The new tax is the pressure. And the new tax might not even work out in some cases because the same companies that are robbing the government of taxes is going to find some way to rob them again. They still pay less taxes than they should, even with the tax increase, even with the new taxes. Because let us not fool ourselves. Tax evasion is definitely happening with a lot of these businesses all around Jamaica. All around Jamaica. Nowhere now happen. Every parish. Enough of them politicians have own our business same way and them business, feed them business and rob the government of taxes we're supposed to collect. Because them know the system. And them know the gaps in the system and the weaknesses in the system. So take sleep mark that if the government not run with that plan, you know, immediately, you know. When you just take sleep mark that, it just means that they want to pressure us, the poor people, and stand on our backs to continue to grow for them wealth.
The people that this measure will target are people who are stealing from the government.
That is it.
Meaning them are also stealing from me and you. Because when me and you go out to business and spend money, them collect the taxes.
That is it.
And don't turn to what the government.
So I don't understand what Dr. Chris Stokes are talking about.
Chris Stokes, Dr. Chris Stokes, shame on you. Shame. You should be ashamed of yourself. Sell out and compromise. Shame on you.
Tax them.
That's why I'm quiet, He must be apologetic so that in front of us, how come you support the man then now? You don't understand what thing one calling
All the new taxes on them money are employed for sugar reduce, whatever them why you live better.
Hey, we're telling better get that snap from. Hey, but you know.
How this foolishness, you know? It's
Foolishness,
no.
man.
You the poor man because
No, man, it put you.
we can't
It put you.
we have to drink with Pepsi now and again and all these things. So
Yeah.
them know.
Yeah, man.
All right,
Yeah, man.
respect.
Hey,
Yeah, man.
cruel enough, man.
Julian is projecting to make from that 2%?
Yeah.
He's looking at a 2%. So if this
Yeah.
Mexico achieve 14% success all time,
14%.
other countries achieve 10 and 8 and 7%. So if we get 5% out of that, if 2% is 8 billion, then 5% our 4% are 16, 5% are $20 million.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So, one of the things again, because them don't say the youth them interview them that the media don't really understand the economy. That is predominantly what is happening in the retail sector. And the retail sector is the largest sector in the economy. So if the largest sector of the economy has so much leakage, then they have a problem. So what the man do is try to plug the sector is primarily dominated by the Chinese people.
So I was disappointed listening to Dr. Stokes behave the way he behaved at the interview.
The retail sector of the economy.
The retail sector.
Right. The largest sector of the economy and this foreign exchange dependent, and most of the money go out because it's dominated by the Chinese.
It's the retail sector.
Exactly.
And you see,
the largest sector where them get the taxes from is in the retail sector. These little stores, convenience stores and supermarkets all over the country, and that's where the most taxes come from. And there's a big gap. You think so the Chinese end up take advantage of that for years now. And them done get certain concessions already on top of it. You know how much you have to talk about brain drain, you know how much economic drain has come out of this country. I mean, I single out the Chinese, but the truth is just the truth. And them alone, but them are one of the biggest in terms of collection of our taxes through those entities. And I'm guaranteeing you, we have not collected all of that money over the years. Guaranteed. Trillions of US dollars has been lost with ease, relative ease, over the years since they have been here. Trillions of US dollars. Believe. No look a joke about that. I remember the Chinese companies still get government contracts, you know. So Jamaica has been a feeding tree because of a lack of inefficiency for a lot of these outside countries. What a damn shame it is. That's why a man like Savard, when name? Savard or whatever man name, look Indian brother was supposed to be some type of spiritual whatever. Come here, homeless, don't have nothing, and turn a multi-billionaire now. Just by rubbing shoulders with Andrew Honest. What a coincidence. Mighty God.
And there are lots of money out there to be collected. How long would we take to implement this system, Raleigh? Raleigh, I drop again. Still here with us, but we're not in the meantime. Thank you.
Yes, well, say morning to you and Ralston and the listeners. About the 6th that there is little 1% show we should have it.
Correctly, 3 times what the goods and services we can pay for. But it is not as a case of growth. Raleigh?
Yeah, man.
You're back. The caller wants to know your opinion on favor. Go ahead, caller. Repose the question to Raleigh. He's back.
Yeah, good morning, Ralston.
Yes, good morning.
I appreciate your knowledge a lot. Yes, I was saying that the finance minister raised an issue about the something like 6 trillion reserve that the country has. Yeah. Is it billion? Okay.
Billion, almost 7 billion US.
Right.
6.7. 6.8.
Sorry?
Go ahead.
Continue.
Go ahead.
Yeah, and the discourse is that there's no evidence or plan of a growth policy that can help the country over time. So I'm just wondering if that rhetoric is just to a show, and that amount of reserve will erode over time without any growth. And and whether or not is it something that we should have confidence in going forward? I just want to hear your opinion on that.
No, it's not something that we should have confidence in because there's no growth strategy, and the oil bill was 1.5 billion for the first 10 months of last year at $60 per barrel. The food and consumer goods import bill was 1.7 billion. The intermediate goods and raw materials bill was $1.8 billion. The capital goods bill was $1.4 billion. So we can't use all the reserves to pay for the oil bill because we have other things to buy. So you need to have a growth strategy so that you can earn more foreign exchange in order to sustain yourself. You can't just run down the reserves paying the oil bill alone. That's nonsense. Simple.
Okay.
Nonsense.
Okay. I figure that's right.
So it's like
Jamaica, before Rasta Lyman go further, in the pandemic, didn't you guys have money put down? What happened to it over the months? It evaporated quickly. Well, the reserves that they're talking about is the same thing. They have 36 months of reserve. Although, as Rasta Lyman explained, you know, it's 3 times the average amount that's supposed to be there. A prudent, responsible government would not want to tap into those reserves. It's good to have it, but tapping into it should be last resort. It should not be something that they're leaning on. But that's exactly what Favour Williams presented in the budget. She said to us, we are okay. That reserve is there. So don't worry about anything. No, that is the wrong attitude. It should be, yes, we do have that money. However, it is important for us to add to it and only use it for dire situations. We have an opportunity to grow the economy, and here's how we're going to do it. That should be the approach. But that's not what we're hearing. She wants us to be confident that, listen, you know, we have 36 months to run us dry. Suppose the war goes triple times 36 months. What happens next? Are you going to wait until the 30th month to say, yeah, man, you know, we have had this reserve and the thing bubble down now, so we need to put back money in the reserve, so let's grow the economy. Madness. That's what you call having no vision and perishing. Right? That's exactly what that is. Having no vision and perishing. I'm telling you, Jamaica, I'm warning you. I am not a professional, but using a common damn sense. This government is, in my opinion, trying to take us right back into slavery, where you will own nothing and you will be happy, and being enslaved again. Some of us already don't own nothing. More than one bed, one TV, one iPhone, one sofa. Some people not even own land. Most people in Jamaica don't own land. Most people in Jamaica don't even own land. No real equity. So imagine a population that is majority pretty much homeless already because they don't own any land. That is renting a catch on a year one. The majority away are pay rent. Imagine now not being able to afford food because food prices is skyrocketing. Imagine not being able to pay your bills. Then the stress, emotional trauma. Ingrid, how you doing? The stress and the emotional trauma comes in, right? People start abuse substances just like in the pandemic. When they look at money when they have put on when I run out. Jamaica, listen, man. Listen to me. Pray that God acts swiftly on our behalf here. Pray that God acts swiftly in our behalf to remove these people expeditiously. Because if I don't see a change in a strategy between Noah and Andrew Owen's speech and Favour Williams' speech, dog, nyam, we supper. All the plate the dog are going nyam to all the dog and nyam. There will be nothing there to eat. When you could have eat 2-3 meals a day, you only can eat one. Do you know how many people are in dire situations? And when I say dire, I mean dire. That is suffering in silence right now. Already can't find food to eat. And I'm not looking down on anybody because it can be me. This is why you have to be, you see, Isaac Buchanan said it, you know, he said, when they came for the Jews, they said there wasn't a Jew. When they came for the Cubans, they said there wasn't a Cuban. Not in those many words. When they came for the socialists, they say you're not a socialist. And after they came for the socialists, there was nobody else to defend the people. You have to see yourself in your brother's shoe. When it happens to your brother, it happens to you. Don't wait until it happens to you for you to cry out. And that's exactly what I've been doing on this platform. Crying out for the other people them cry, not necessarily my own. But I'm telling you, even before the hurricane, you could feel the pressure of this pressure cooker that the Jamaica Labour Party has put us under. Even before Hurricane Melissa, you could feel it. We have to do something different, Jamaica. We have to demand that the Jamaica government do something different. It cannot be business as usual. It cannot be them making the same mistake they make already. Again now, to put us back into a recession. Probably even worse than we have ever been in. It cannot be that we're not demanding them putting the things to grow the economy. It cannot be that we're not demanding them to increase home ownership. It cannot be. The People's National Party had a manifesto with love, and I literally mean love. I say again, that would have been the greatest transference of wealth from the country, as in what the country owns, to the poor people of this country. It would have been the greatest transference of wealth, where access was given to ownership, better access to affordable ownership, something that people can build on for generations. Land ownership, land titling, moving it from 60 to 25 years or 21 years. Seeing a lot of the things that the People's National Party wanted to do for us. Some of the things them obviously they never put out everything in the manifesto, like this particular electronic situation. To show you how the man them thinking. You remember when they said, but how you gonna do this? How you gonna do that? Like them want them to tell them every single detail. And the People's National Party kept some things close to them chest. But now that them realize that this hurricane come, and the government seem to be doing the same thing over and over again, in terms of taking the $11.4 billion from the housing trust to fund the budget. The man realize, say, yo, them man don't have no ideas, brother. Them man ain't ready. We have to help the people, them kind of people, them ultimately have suffer. Hanover, Westmoreland, Trelawney, St. Elizabeth, East Portland, St. Anne, St. James, St. Mary.
We don't make it understand it simply. So it's like you have your house and you have your savings and things are increasing and you say, let's live off my savings and I work to generate more money. After a while, they will go bankrupt.
Bingo.
Yeah. Well, yeah, for me, I was enough.
Bingo.
Stupidity.
Jamaica, your people then send barrel food in other terms. And you can't afford the food in the supermarket, so you start digging at the barrel things then. And by the time you quit, few months down the line, you don't have no reserve in that barrel. Only see barrel and pile up a wall. That our next conversation. And me and Mark Stewart, mother to him say, Mark Stewart say, after November, film barrel and they are off, and can't clear. I have to wonder if that is something deliberate. I have to wonder if they have deliberately suffering the people. A lot of those barrels down there is aiding to the people when they're in the western part of the island. Hey, I don't see we are dealing with Opal. I really have no confidence in this government, May I tell you, some people might say, yo, boy, no, but may I tell you, they have not exhibited the necessary actions for me to say otherwise. And this is how I feel. This is my opinion. This is my opinion. I have to wonder if that what is happening at the wharf is deliberate. Just like what they did in the pandemic. Jamaica members said this are the same MO by this government, This is one of the only government in the world that charge them people money, But when it was time to charge flight green, but no movement there, all the DPP disappeared, And instead of do our job, Paula Llewellyn, all the DPP disappear when flight green for charge. When Andrew on this liar for charge, the alleged owner for the house found dead with stab wounds and bullet and him in the next room. Couple feet away, few feet away. And him not go to prison. That's our next conversation again. That is another conversation again. And some people they on the internet, some on the internet and don't want to talk about that, I believe I call them a name. Some on the mainstream media analysts. But they on the internet. I don't even want to talk about them things there. Right? Andrew honest liar. You conveniently omit that when you not talk about Julian Silvera. The person went unalive. The man at East Portland before something there. Before Action and come there. People conveniently left out that said Action had inherited that place after that. She could have never won if that man did not die. Mr. Bloomfield, let us be clear. History will show that she could never have won if that man was not unalive then. I have certain lawyers were linked to the Prime Minister. Very questionable. Not just the one where they catch him with things in a film, dead man in a film house. And there was no breaking and he was never charged. Two Jamaica, two legal system.
Okay. One sickness take you and you broke. Like one disaster take we know we broke.
Oh my God, Jamaica. You know, so we can't afford to get sick. May I show you a rock on the hard place over there, just to talk about that. The hospitals are in a deplorable condition. We don't have enough staff in them. That's what the Cuban doctor them. These people have put us in a death trap. This is subtle genocide. This is subtle genocide. The Jamaica Labour Party has put us in an incubator of subtle genocide. So the pressures of life have come down so much that some people might contemplate certain things and they shouldn't even contemplate. Because they are in that place. Think about it. You won't be able to man might have start rob people all more now, just because they're hungry, Tony and a joke. A serious minute they start chat foolishness, A serious thing, A serious thing, this, The man them is putting too much pressure upon the people, and the people in there they are take it and defend it on the internet instead of people come together and ball out. and take it to the streets. In Dana, me say, think about it. We cannot afford to sick. We can't afford the doctor them, the private doctor them. My mother said for years, me talk about more than 15 years now, my mother talk about this. With the condition at hospital them. And it has only gotten worse. It didn't even get better. It did bad already. And it get worse under the Jamaica Labour Party. It there one level where it's so rat infested hospitals. Rodent, moles, not enough equipment, essential equipment that people need to save their life, like a CT scan. But them a buy what you call it? Drill for $30 million. We cost $4 million, $5 million. You want a wicked set of people. Yo, me tell you something, man. You say if you this stay like Taxation TV, them man run a long time. They couldn't even win the next election. From the first term, they would have lose the second term. They couldn't trick on. If you was like Taxation TV. And we ain't known some. Educated upon the history of what is going on. Andrew Honest trick all the people 2016, you know. And from the first term there, the people ain't find him out. And some of them still there. I defend Andrew Honest. See Nigel Clark they run away. And him not escape there, he not escape that judgment, you know. Him not escape that judgment. Him know what him do, you know. Him know what him do. Because him want to house slave them, you know. Him one of the house slave them. Remember me tell you that? People remember the super chat is available. You can send gifts and you can become a member of the platform as well. The cash app is there, the information is in the comment section. Alright, the like button is free. Them not charge if you hit the like button on YouTube here. Not charge you. Share the live. And thanks in advance. Thanks to all those who have hit the like button. Alright, let's get the likes up. We should have at least 100 likes already over here, so. Over there, so we should have probably about 70. From Bolo VNR clips. Get the likes up, man. And we got the people in on TikTok, but seriously, we should have at least 50,000 likes already. From how long me on right now. Me on for almost 2 hours. We should have at least 50,000 likes. It helps attract more people to the video and get us more in the algorithm. You guys are the engine. When they hit the like button, it's like you have to pay your tax them, you know. You understand? So it help the program to be more efficient and more vibrant and more blooming. Andre word. Yes? Yeah, big up yourself, Tony. Them little gifts there definitely put a boost in the actual videos as well. When you guys are gifting. Zane, sure say the activity over here go on. I'm not usually, Joel, big up yourself, me not usually, me just go on with the program even when Missy say, it look like me not really get a lot of support from him. Me still go speak my mind same way, right? But honestly, really it is necessary, ladies and gentlemen, that I have these moments to encourage you guys to hit the like button. Share the live, donate if you can donate. Dana say Dana Whittaker with the 10, big up yourself with the 10 on the super chat. Dana Whittaker. Dana, consider becoming a member of the platform. Once you can send super chat, that means you will see an option to become a member of the platform. Get your VIP status in the membership section, man. Alright? That is it. Let's continue.
Yes. Thank you very much, Mr. Rasta. Thank you, Khalid, for the opportunity.
Last time I was telling you before you came back that the reserves does pose some confidence to the fact that we have money can buy goods and services for a period of time. And as you correctly said, 36 weeks of goods and services where the NIR is. But as it relates to confidence in, is it sustainable? No.
No, I remember, remember one thing Sharon told the country is that the NIR is not built on production and exports. The NIR is built on the charity of Jamaicans living and working overseas, remittances, and also the charity of the multilateral agencies in terms of borrowing. So it's not NIR that you produce, bring it back to an individual. It's not that you work and save your money and you have money saved. You depend on your friend of a foreign to beg your money and send money come to you and you borrow other people's money. Yeah, it's not from your own efforts. So it can be sustainable.
So Jamaica's NIR is both loan and remittance money.
And remittances.
Not production.
When you hear that about the NIR, when you understand what the NIR is from that. Yo, big up Rastan, I am a teacher, yeah, man. Trust me, and big up Colin Belty. No joke.
Morning, gentlemen. Good afternoon. Good morning.
Morning.
All right. We have two major airports running, right? And we hear Nigel Clark. I don't remember who was the finance minister. They're talking about, in my layman term, I call it selling off the bills for the 10-year projection.
Exactly.
So I call that bills factoring because we are selling the bill to a company, to a country, to an organization, so they can front the government of Jamaica the money. But at what cost the interest are you paying to that company to front you the money, Raleigh? Does the government say that?
Caller, them sell the money and use the money already. So you're saying that they're doing them sell that money and use that money already. That is why they have to have a tax package. Them sell that money and use it already. That is why they have to have a tax package in this year's budget, because they've run out of options. So them sell it and use it already. So we're paying dearly for that because they use all of that money already. So it's not something that they're...
to tell us at what cost they sold the money at. Because as you would know, if the airport was projected to make $100, the company's not going to give them $100. They're going to give them like $65, $50. So the company will wait to get back that money to recoup their money. So why the government don't tell us at what cost they sold that bills at?
They're not going to tell you. You'll have to read it for yourself. So one thing that we notice is that the Airports Authority will have a loss of $3.5 billion this year because of that. And they have to come back to the budget for $9 billion to help improve the airport.
What?
So people don't know that because the minister is not going to
wait. Play that back. Wait. Where else can I tell you?
I'll tell you, you'll have to read it for yourself. So one thing that we notice is that the Airports Authority will have a loss of $3.5 billion this year because of that. And they have to come back to the budget for $9 billion to help improve the airport. So people don't know that because the minister...
So we heard one elaborate feelings, ladies and gentlemen, in the comment section. Goodbye. Never to be seen again. How you feel?
So I'm not going to tell you that.
What does this say about the $12 billion the government gave away?
Listen, this is not certain programs here. I will block you. I will block you. I'm not going to allow you to be in my comment section disrespecting me or credible people that is giving solid information about the realities that we're facing in our economy. You will be blocked. So tread softly or step on the minefield. Alright? Yeah, man. Step on the minefield in our comment section and see if you're going to get erased on the comment section. Let's continue.
Let's give back.
I'm sorry, don't get me wrong. You can disagree respectfully, but once you come with disrespect, tata, no question asked. You will not be missed. Trust me.
I don't think it was just to buy election. They had full of Jamaican people to buy the election. They just tell you how much money them waste.
You hear that? You hear that? Play that back.
The minister is not going to tell you that.
What does this say about the $12 billion that the government gave away in tax give back?
You just tell you how wasteful are. I don't think it was just to buy election. They had full of Jamaican people to buy the election. They just tell you how much money them waste.
Right, Carla.
Well, I just wanted to, and one of the reasons why I remember this, because back in the days when you do, I call it bills factoring, and Raleigh will know.
Yeah, same thing. Same thing. They get a nice name and call it security. They get a nice name and call it security. They put on the same thing.
Right. Same concept. When you're in the trucking business, you pull a load for $2,000, but yet still the factoring company will give you $1,200 right away.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Because you want money,
they take you $800.
Yeah, man, because you're desperate for the money, so it have to cost you. Yeah, man.
Exactly. So it's just like a Ponzi scheme thing. I look at it as a general-shaped business because you are constantly dependent on these people because you have to give them your bills every day, and they are taking 30-40% of it. So
Yeah, man, so you have to keep.
if you are not growing the economy to get yourself out of that rut, to be less dependent and selling your bills.
Yeah, man, correct. That's what they did because they're not growing the economy.
So it is clear to say that the Jamaica Labour Party, Andrew Holness-led government, and the entire Jamaica administration overall are poor stewards of the economy. Their antecedents where our economy is concerned, they try to paint the PAP in that way, but they are really the ones that have proven themselves to be poor stewards of the economy. The fact that they have failed to grow the economy after the fiscal discipline parameters that were set. Did you guys watch my video? Did you guys know that the FCJ what name? No man, not FCJ. The Independent Fiscal Commission, IFC. Did you know that the chairman clapped back at Fairval Williams after what she said about them and him in the parliament? Him clap back. You need to go watch that video there. I went through the article, right? It's a interesting read. You need to go and watch that video, ladies and gentlemen, on my YouTube page. Yeah, man. Him clap back on them, man. Wicked. I make them know, say, listen, based off the law, I am mandated to do it this way. Right? So nothing was done. I'll right clock and run off in mouth. Everything there on the video. Wanna go check it out. Let's continue, ladies and gentlemen.
Exactly.
Yeah, man.
Thank you, gentlemen.
All right,
All right,
thanks for the call.
All right. Let me go to that video. I think this video. The lady, Miss Lagarde, they come at Jamaica when the IMF did have the speech. I believe it's this video. A 4-minute video with Mama P. Mama P did talk and then she did talk again. Here we go. Right here.
Dan Lagarde also responded to concerns about the slide in the value of the Jamaican dollar.
Well, I think you have to look back to where we were a year ago, where growth was collapsing, employment was going up, where
growth was collapsing, unemployment was going up. When was this video made? When exactly was this video made? June 27, 2014. June 27, 2014. That was a year after Mama P just took the economy from the Jamaica Labour Party. 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016. 4 years. And then I think 20 parts of 2013 as well. Depending upon when the election did run. Right? So 2013, 2014, no, 2012, 2013, 2014. And this was June 2014. So when she said a year ago, she was talking about June 2013. So listen what she say here, so. This is Christine Lagarde, IMF Managing Director. Listen to this. This is the JIS website. This is not misinformation. So Andrew Holness government lied to us, Jamaica. But the truth is there if you go and search for it.
Madame Lagarde also responded to concerns about the slide in the value of the Jamaican dollar.
well, I think you have to look back to where we were a year ago, where growth was collapsing, employment was going up, where reserves were running out, and
growth was collapsing, unemployment was going up, and reserves were running out. That was the position that them left Mama P in. Tough. You remember when Julian Robinson said, we did not run away from the tests. We didn't run in the schoolyard and flunk the tests and avoid the tests. We stood up in the examination room and we tough it out for the benefit of the Jamaican people. Yes? Let's continue.
where Jamaica was bleeding its reserves in order to support a currency that was clearly overvalued.
So the Jamaican currency was overvalued. And they're doing it right now. The banks are bleeding them reserves from years now. Arasta and I talk about it. For them stabilize the Jamaican dollar to the US dollar upon a certain level, they have been bleeding the reserves to do so. Let's continue.
So as a result of that, and to give all levers to the Jamaican authorities, and I'm talking here about the Finance Minister and the Governor of Central Bank, it was necessary to determine.
Our voice low, man. When you can't hear Jamaica.
It was necessary to determine a devaluation of the currency so that it could be at the right level of appreciation. It was clearly overappreciated. A lot has been done. There's still a little way to go, not much, still a little way to go, but it's clearly on a net value that you have to determine that devaluation. I don't like to use the word devaluation, and I prefer to use the word right valuation, because it may well be down the road as the program proceeds, as growth picks up, and as the reserves build up, that it will not be devaluation forever, and it might revaluate. Okay? So, right valuation has to do with determining the right currency level on the basis of production factors, on the basis of inflation differential, on the basis of competitiveness factors. Jamaica has the IMF full support. We stand ready to help in any way we can. But of course, it is up to the Jamaicans, with the public and private sector working in close harmony, to build a bright future.
Jamaica thanks Madame Lagarde and her team for the policy advice, technical assistance, and financial support, which have provided valuable contribution, proved valuable in our continuing quest for economic prosperity.
$15.4 million US.
In the first year of program implementation, key reforms that had been pending for a long time were implemented. In particular, the tax incentive legislation approved by Parliament in December 2013 and the fiscal rule approved in March 2014.
Fiscal rules that was implemented in March 2014. PMP do that. Listen, okay.
But there are other major reforms that are on the must-do list.
Yes.
Including improving the collection of taxes.
Bingo! That is what Julian Robinson was talking about. Julian Robinson was sitting when this lady was talking years ago. He was in the crowd. He was sitting right in front of her. So the PMP understood from this point that they needed to improve the collection of taxes. And that's what the electronic system is about. To improve the collection of taxes that is already owed to the government Jamaica. Listen to Christine Lagarde from the IMF head. 11 years ago, 2014. Listen to this. Not my word.
2013 and the fiscal rule approved in March 2014. But there are other major reforms that are on the must-do list, including improving the collection of taxes so that there is no evasion and there is collection.
So that there is no what? Evasion and there is collection. Jamaica, me not go no further. Me I left it right there. 2 hours on the dot pan Bolo and 2.0. Me not go no further. Because my mom is expecting guests and my mouth loud, so you know you go. And if me go further than this, me know say me I'll get louder. But we have made our point, Jamaica. Mr. Julian Robinson came with a comprehensive, right, strategy to not pressure the poor and collect more taxes. What the government needs to do is use their political will and implement the legislation necessary for mandatory making it mandatory. The system that Julian Robinson suggested, it needs to go into law as quick as possible in this budget year coming up, 2026, 2027, so that the very what do you call it now? The very conservative projection of 2% of the GDP can be collected in that first year to implement the system. And the second year, I am guaranteeing you, you're going to see a massive shoot up in that collection. No doubt about it, if the system is implemented within the year as it can be, as Julian Robinson suggested. Big up to the IMF, Miss Christine Lagarde. I mean, big up to Mama P. We were in a very, very tough place, ladies and gentlemen, in 2012, 2013. Tough place left on Mama P. Tough, right? We see, what's her name? What's her face? What's her name again? Can't remember her name. Favor Williams come out talking about
Madam Speaker, I want to look.
Favor Williams talking about new taxes. I wanted to omit the new taxes where her government put in. What a thing. What a tangled web we weave. Right? Let me see which one is.
Well, hundreds of
already finance within electronic invoicing system, which we use. The shot and transmit those directly.
Spokesman on finance, the programs have been
in Jamaica. $1 a month.
I chat, best place to go. Dre Bryan. Yo, wanna watch a video and post this man with Dre Bryan? Yo, they need to check that video. Yo, Dre Bryan was killing it, man. Shout out to Dre Bryan. Yo, it was entertaining and informative all at the same time. Facts.
In party. Listen to this, my lovely people.
We've been hearing this misrepresent
country.
Alright, so 2012. We got it 2012. And because Grave, big up, what are you doing? Dana, okay. Andre is on Facebook from Canada. Alright, Dana, big up yourself. Respect. We're gonna come off right now anyway. But this last part again. 2012. Fiscal year 2012. $19 billion in taxes, PMP. Fiscal year 2013, $15 billion. Fiscal year 2014, you notice it went to 7? Because the PMP was improving. The same year when the IMF come here and they said there's still a long way to go, it reached $7 billion in our tax collection, right? 2015 it go at 10. 2016 the JLP took over, 13 billion. 2017 14 billion in our taxes, but them want to tell us that there's no new taxes. Me say I am salivating. Me I clear my schedule that day, ladies and gentlemen, and Andrew Onis come to give his budget speech. Next week, Thursday, me I clear my schedule. From 2 p.m. to whenever I'm done chat, probably in the next 5 hours, me I clear my schedule. I want to make sure say on the dep on this platform right here, so Bolo VNR 2.0. It's not going to be this format. It's going to be the format where I have it on my screen, Bolo on OBS. Alright? And trust me, we are going to be, hey, me say if you ever come in no foolishness. Live reaction, ladies and gentlemen. You hear me say? And we're going to pull up the receipts them on him. If him ever come tell no lie, we are rubbing him out on TikTok. TikTok, when you get ready. Him better come with something tangible for help poor people and follow the leader. You understand? In good ideas, the People's National Party. and get out of them with them ego and stop suffer the people them. And the people them should accept nothing less. Zine talking about no new taxes in 10 years. Lie! And if you stop it, right? 2020, 16 billion. Raise up again 2 more billion. And they're talking about, oh, it's because of a natural. No, it's not because of nothing. It's not because of nothing. It's because you guys have failed to grow the economy. That is why we're in this bind. And you got it. You got it right in the palm of your hands. Yo, you ever talk to one girl yet? And you get the worst part of the girl? And it's like your relationship you have with the girl help her to become a better woman for the next partner where she go with. And you get the bitter end of the stick and she gone left you. That is the situation with the People's National Party. That is the situation with the People's National Party. The People's National Party got a toxic partner, right? And through all the troubles and trials, it was just too much to bear for the relationship. But ultimately, in the end, when the JLP got that female or that male, whatever you want to put it, because it can go both ways. When they got that partner was ready to start a family, to grow a family, to build with that partner, to grow the wealth of the family, right? And to prosper. That is how the People's National Party left the economy for the Jamaica Labour Party. That's why they were so happy when them go in there and them see the reserve and them see everything. Them say, yes, 5 in 4. That never happened. Why? Because of corruption and thieving. Bottom line, Jamaica. Corruption and thieving is why our economy has not grown in the last 10 years. Point, and the truth will come out. The evidence will come out. Some of it has come out in shade, but others they are doing everything in their power to hide. But God is going to expose them. Members of me, they tell you that. Lady J, big up yourself. Big up yourself. And have yourself a good day. The word is love. I'm out. Peace and blessing. Ingrid, the word is love. Look more here. That is it. TikTok, big up on yourself later.